Hey, everybody. Welcome to the franchise pitches, right? 2 weeks in a row I did that because it's a fun thing to say. You know, it's not a great franchise, but it's a fun thing to say. That first one was good. You know, sometimes, like, even when you're only watching a franchise for 2 weeks, it gets so bad that you start to feel nostalgia for the first one that you just watched a week ago. That's right. This guy talking has been Daniel Ehrenberg. That's right. The D note. Or, not great. I just came up with it off the dome, ladies and gents. Gotta write those ahead of time. Hey, over there in Alabama, sitting in his car? Question mark.
No.
No. Okay. Here he comes, Logan B. Adair.
I don't really feel that same nostalgia for the first one because it went down in my ranking. So I don't even have nostalgia for that first one anymore.
Well, listen, it's new to me. You know, it's like NBC used to say. They NBC when I was a kid, Logan, they would advertise reruns by saying, if you didn't see it the first time, it's new to you.
Yeah.
Right? They try to convince you you're not watching a rerun. It's new.
No, that is true.
Yeah. I always loved that. So Pitch Perfect is not a rerun to me. It's new. And so the first one I really enjoyed, you know? I would go back and watch that at some point in my life. But holy shit, man. Like that second one I thought was like a downgrade. But this third one is just, it's barely a movie.
Yeah, it really is barely a movie. Do you long for the days of that first riff-off?
I kind of do, man. Holy shit. I watched this movie by myself, and when they said they were going to do a riff-off, I groaned aloud.
And this is the worst one. Like, even
when it by starts, far.
Yeah, when it starts, you're like, well, another one of these? Oh my gosh. And then it's by far the worst one.
I couldn't believe what I was watching. I mean, it's just like Ruby Rose fake playing a guitar. Like, what am I doing with my life?
Oh, she sucks, right?
Yo, she sucks, dude. She sucks.
Is she in anything recent?
She sucks big
I feel
time.
like they realized she
was no, she was cast as Batgirl in the first season of Batgirl, and then like all of a sudden they announced like the second season of I almost said Black Girl because she is a black girl now.
What?
The second season? Well, yeah, they announced the second season of Batgirl was going to be with a black girl.
Oh, they recast her?
Yeah. And so, you know, Ruby Rose came out in public and was like, "Those unprofessional pieces of shit fired me." Like she didn't even say she got fired. She said like, "I tapped out. I couldn't work there anymore. The working conditions were not acceptable." And then basically every single person who works on Batgirl, both behind the scenes and like in the cast, came out was like, "Yo, Ruby Rose was a terror on set. She was a piece of shit for an entire year. And at the end of the season, we were just like, yo, we got to get a different Batgirl in here."
Wow. She's a model, right? Like she's supposed to be able to give at least good face, but I don't think she even can do that.
But she can't. I agree. Yeah, she was a model, and then I think Orange is the New Black was the first thing that gave her a shot. She like, you know, and she was all naked and tatted up in that first season. I feel like she convinced people she was exciting, but
she was in John Wick 3 or 2, the second one.
She was also in Resident Evil: The Final Chapter.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I'm sure that was exciting.
Was.
I do not like her at all.
She had a good death scene in that, at least.
Yeah, how'd she die?
I think she got like cut in half by like a wall coming down on her.
Well, that's pretty neat. She should have died in this. That would have been exciting.
In Pitch Perfect 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been cool if like one of Fat Amy's mobster father's dad's henchmen shot her or something. Why are there's like a lot of guns in this movie for no reason?
Yeah, we could explode. It's like Scream 3.
It really is. I know. I saw that the budget was $45 million and I was like, how is that even possible? And then the movie opens with a boat exploding.
Yeah, immediately. You're right. We get like a flash forward.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's in media res is what that's called. Opening. where it starts on that scene, and then it's like 2 months earlier. Let's see how we got there, gang. And I'm
I
like,
like those.
Jesus, I don't care. I like those, I guess, but there was like a fucking rash of them on TV in like the late aughts, early tens, where I feel like shows were doing it too much, and I got done with it.
Yeah, I get it. Do you ever forget about it until you get like close to the end of the movie, and then you're like, oh shit, we're getting to the part. This is where they're about to get on the boat.
Best things are compelling enough that they do that, but literally in this movie, like the second they show a boat, like Fat Amy spots a boat in the distance, like, hey, it's my dad's boat. I was like, oh, I bet that's that boat that explodes.
Right, and it's John Lithgow, so I guess you never really forget about it.
Well, do you see Lithgow at the beginning?
You see him like pretty early on, kind of. You see him throughout.
Yeah, but I don't think we know that he's connected to the boat explosion.
Oh, maybe you're right.
Yeah. And I want to believe that John Lithgow is a good guy. I really actually did think that he was there to like be a good dad. I thought it was going to be nice.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that his real voice? Is he doing an accent?
He's doing an Australian accent. And I love that John Lithgow, because he doesn't give a shit about accents. He does the bare fucking minimum. It's great. It's like he watched an Outback Steakhouse commercial and he was like, got this.
Yeah, it's hilarious. It's very funny.
Yeah. All right, so let's talk about it. We already are, but Pitch Perfect 3. It came out a couple years later. When did the last one come out? 15?
Yes.
20?
12, 15, 17.
Oh, only 2-year window. That's trouble. That's asking for trouble.
Yeah.
There was some discussion after Pitch Perfect 2 about a Fat Amy spin-off movie because they were worried Anna Kendrick wasn't going to sign on, but then it was like Anna Kendrick doesn't have anything to do, so she signed on.
Yeah. Can I predict something?
Please do.
I think they're kind of done with these. I don't think they're going to make another one for the next
They're
few
doing
years.
it. They're doing a TV show. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I know about that. But I predict by 2030 we'll have a Pitch Perfect 4 directed by Elizabeth Banks. I think she's going to get the gang back together. They're going to have nothing to do. They're going to make a Pitch Perfect 4.
I don't think it'll be theatrical, bro. I think you're looking at a streaming debut for this.
Well, everything might be streaming by 2030.
That's a good point, and I hope that glorious future comes to pass.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. All right. We have a new director, though, in this one. Elizabeth Banks, nowhere to be found. Well, she's to be found on screen and producing, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kay Cannon came back to write, of course, but she was actually like working on other shit, so she couldn't do her own rewrites. So oddly, Mike White ends up with a writing credit on this movie.
Yeah, not great, Mike White.
Well, I mean, I read that like a shit ton of people wrote drafts of this movie, and I guess they just used the most shit from Mike White, and so he got a credit. I think it's pretty much a Kay Cannon script.
Well, good for Mike White.
I mean, hey, the movie was a hit, so like he probably made some cash off of this.
It was, but it might have been like $100 million less than the second one.
Yeah, but it might have been like, hey, Mike White, fucking, write Pitch Perfect 3. And then we'll do your stupid little show about like your Hawaiian getaway or whatever.
You think that led to that?
I mean, it probably led to something. Mike White has never been quiet about the fact that he takes mainstream work to finance his indie shit.
Right. Maybe the one and only Ivan. Did he do that?
He might have done. Well, that's a good point. Yeah. The one and only Ivan for Disney. Did he do that?
I think he wrote that. Yeah.
God,
that was good.
I loved that movie.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
That was the lost episode of We Love Kids movies. I still think about how good that episode was.
Yeah, and then I was on for the second recording of it for some reason, even though I like barely saw the movie.
I know. It was weird.
What a weird day.
Yeah. All right. So our new director is this lady, Trish C. You familiar with her?
Nope.
Hey, but are you familiar with the band OK Go?
I've heard of OK Go.
Yeah, they were a pretty minor, forgettable emo band in the mid 2000s. People cared about them for a couple of years, mostly because of a very popular music video they did. That was about. It was like the band was doing a choreographed dance on treadmills. Do you remember this music video?
No, but what? She's in this band?
She is the sister of the main guy from OK Go and directed that music video with the treadmills.
Wow.
I'll tell you what, that's an odd choice. Elizabeth Banks, she directs the second one. It's a huge hit. Then she's like, all right, I need to focus on other shit. I'm producing. I'm working on this Charlie's Angels script. Somebody else got to direct this one. Who's it going to be? Well, 10 years ago, there was this OK Go video that I thought was pretty
That's
sweet.
all she did between then and now?
I mean, she'd only directed music videos for OK Go.
Wow.
She directed a bunch of other ones.
I wouldn't say the directing is the problem with this movie, though. I don't think she did a bad job.
I would say it's one of the problems.
The writing is the problem. There's everything in this movie is so unfunny and stupid.
I would argue that I mean, there shouldn't even be action in this movie, but the action is staged horrifically. There is way too much improv. The riff off is one of the worst directed pieces of comedy I've seen in my life. So I'm not going to go ahead and say that they're
Is it comedy? Is that supposed to be comedy?
I think it's supposed to be.
The riff off is comedy?
Yeah.
I think the riff off is like for music fans to come want to watch
what
music.
What are you talking? It's both. Come on. Rebel Wilson does like a scream sing during that and shit.
Yeah. She has on like a MAGA hat at one point.
It's not MAGA. It says Make America Eat Again.
Right.
That's very funny.
No, it's not.
I know. This movie is at a peculiar place in history because it came out December 22nd, 2017. So in all likelihood, it started filming like right in the nascent stages of the Trump presidency. He was inaugurated January 20th, 2017. Okay? And I remember that because it's my niece's birth date. They were born on one of the worst days in American history.
Yeah.
And so I feel like they didn't know how to treat the Trump presidency. So there is that one Trump joke of the Make America Eat Again hat, which is completely toothless. And then but the whole movie is also like taking place during a USO tour. So like they're working, there's a lot of weird military propaganda in this movie, but not specifically Trump based. But the whole time I'm thinking they're going like all these soldiers are like fighting for the Trump agenda.
Yeah, we saw your guy, your main man, Matt Lanter.
Bro, how do you know he's my main man?
You talked about him on the podcast.
Bro, yeah, now I know you're a fan of the podcast because I feel like
what are you talking about?
I feel like nobody listens to me on this show sometimes. I bring up people like this to try and flag them up in people's minds that this is a talent to be watched. And here he is again, Matt Lanter, charming all over this movie in a not even remotely written role.
I kind of agreed.
Yeah, he's great. I've loved him ever since that first season of 902 adjectiveless 90210. Locationless 90. Well, I guess it's locations, zip code. But he did a Brad Pitt voice. They basically cast him to be Tyler Durden in like living in Beverly Hills, and it's such a weird performance. And then in the second season, they like course corrected the character because they wanted him to be more likable. Fucking nailed it without skipping a beat. Still felt like the same dude, but wasn't doing that Tyler Durden thing anymore. Wow. I love this man, and he's the voice of fucking Anakin Skywalker in this Clone Wars.
And you said he was used as a haircut.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, there used to be a barbershop near my old place that it had a picture of him on the banner.
That's hilarious. So this guy was good, actually. When I was thinking about MVP, I was like, boy, this is impossible in this movie.
Yeah.
And then I thought about him. I'm not going to say what I landed on, but I did think about him for a second.
I will say I tweeted the picture of that barbershop at him because I thought it was so funny, and he didn't respond to the tweet.
Oh, he's a busy guy. Maybe he was making this movie.
I mean, he's probably getting tweets from these Star Wars nerds constantly.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
He's the voice of Anakin. That's cool.
That's what I'm saying.
That's neat, yeah.
Very neat. Okay. So this came out right around Christmas time, 2017, on a budget of $45 million, made $185.4 at the box office, which is kind of a huge drop off from the last one, but like is still a successful movie. Yeah. And came in at number 29 at the box office for 2017, right in the middle of Baby Driver, featuring child molester Kevin Spacey, and Daddy's Home 2, featuring anti-Semite Mel
Ansel
Gibson.
Elgort also in Baby Driver. I feel like, didn't he do something?
Oh, yeah. And yeah, good point. Who can watch Baby Driver now?
Yeah.
Yeah, what did Ansel Elgort do? He was like accused of touching somebody.
Yeah, something. I don't exactly remember.
I feel like the West Side Story ads had to like promote around him.
Yeah, but Spielberg was like way on his side. He was like, "This kid's great. I love him."
That's Spielberg. He'll defend you to the bitter end until you call Spielberg an asshole. That's the thing. He's got your back until you turn on him. Like Shia LaBeouf will use the N-word 100 times, and Spielberg will be like, "I love Shia," but he's like, "Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull was a stupid movie," and Spielberg's like, "Fuck that guy."
Yeah, is he? Are he and George still friends?
Yeah, of course, they're friends for life.
Can I tell you? I saw Pitch Perfect 3 in a movie theater. I saw a double feature. I watched this. So I watched this with my brother. Then we were gonna go watch Jumanji. Welcome to the Jungle.
The brother who's dumb or not dumb.
No, not as dumb. But we saw Pitch Perfect 3. Then we were gonna go watch Jumanji. Welcome to the Jungle.
Yep.
Right. And he was like, "No, I'm going home after Pitch Perfect 3. This was terrible. I can't do it anymore." So he went home. I watched Jumanji. Welcome
He
to the
fucked
Jungle.
up. That fine film might have washed the bad taste out of his mouth.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. Because I enjoyed that one. Did not enjoy this one.
Well,
So that was my experience.
speaking of, let's talk about the Kids' Choice Awards. It's KCA for you.
But it's the kids making the choice, making the choice, making the choice. Yeah.
Nominated for Best Picture of the Year at the KCA's Pitch Perfect 3, but it lost to Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle.
Oh,
How about
wow.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. It also, Anna Kendrick was nominated for our favorite female actor of the year, or
Oh my
whatever they
God.
call it. And she lost to Zendaya, who was jointly nominated for Spider-Man: Homecoming
The Greatest
and
Showman?
The Greatest Showman. Yeah.
The Jumanji was out at Christmas at the movie theater that I was working at. They said, "All right, on Christmas night after we close, everyone can watch a movie." So we had a vote of The Greatest Showman versus Jumanji, and The Greatest Showman won. What a night that was! Christmas night, 2017, watching the Greatest Showman.
Was it
One of my favorite nights.
Was it this show or We Love Kids movies that I was talking about the Christmas song I wrote to the tune of the Cherry Poppin' Daddies Zoot Suit Riot?
No, that was Compies.
Oh, Compies, right. Everybody, I'm not going to do it here. Patreon.com/the franchise if you want to hear that classic tune.
Yeah, classic. Yeah.
All right. Teen Choice Awards also still recognizing this as a feature film.
It's the Teen Choice Award.
MTV was out. They were like, fuck these guys.
Good.
Yeah. But how about this? Anna Kendrick, Haley Steinfeld, and Rebel Wilson all nominated
What
for
the hell?
Comedy Actress of the Year. And
Are they like 3 of the 5 nominees?
Yeah, that's right.
What the hell? What's
Yeah.
going on?
And K-Dog won.
K-Dog won. All right.
Yeah. I'll tell you, Steinfeld should not have been nominated.
No, she
I
should
feel
not.
like she was
None of
not
them should've.
given anything to do in this movie. She is literally just there to have a cute tooth gap.
Even Chloe has a love interest in this one. She does nothing. Emily
couldn't
really has
believe
nothing.
that. I couldn't believe when Chloe spoke at the end for no reason. Fuck this movie. I hate these movies.
No, that's not Chloe. Chloe's
who's
Brittany
Chloe?
Snow.
Oh, right.
That one is she said Esther. She said her name was Esther at the end.
Right. Esther. I used to have a guinea pig named that.
Did you notice what she said, by the way?
I probably
Her
did.
first
I
line
wrote-
of dialogue?
Say it.
She said cool beans, like she's freaking the
Oh!
coolest.
Fuck, don't make a fucking Nokomis reference. You know what's crazy? I'm so sorry. I shouldn't bring this up here, but we're watching an old season of Big Brother on Compies, and there's a girl named Jennifer who wants to go by her self-imposed nickname Nokomis. And so I taught myself in my head that because I was taking notes for the podcast, that anybody said the name Jennifer, I translated it in my head to Nokomis. And now I do that in my life.
Wow.
Like when somebody says Jennifer on TV or just like, hey, this is my friend Jennifer. I'm like, oh, Nokomis.
What the hell? But you don't think of the BB6 Jennifer who poops in the HOH
No,
bathroom all
when
the
they
time?
bring up that Jennifer, I think of Nokomis.
What the hell's wrong with you?
I
You're
don't-
just so
I'm so
fascinated
set
by
on
that one.
Nokomis. I know.
When you hear Michael, do you think cowboy?
No, no, I don't do the same thing for some
What about
reason.
Eric? Do you think Cappy?
We got it. No, we're getting off of this. We're getting off of this. All right. Hey, what was I talking about? Steinfeld or something?
yeah, how she didn't have anything to do.
Yeah, she really didn't. It's
Oh, they were
fucking-
nominated. Right?
Yeah, and Kendrick won. Hey, but this movie was also nominated for the best comedy of the year, but it lost. What do you think won?
Jumanji?
No. What do you think the teens liked?
What was 2017? I don't even know.
Love Simon.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Was that funny?
Yeah.
Really?
Did you see it?
Yeah, I saw it.
I watched it for the first time just a couple weeks ago, actually.
Were you laughing a lot?
Yeah, I kind of was.
Catherine Langford, she like made you laugh.
I thought Josh Duhamel said like some funny homophobic shit.
No, he's like that's like an emotional role. He's not funny.
He's funny until the end when he's like, "I'm okay with my gay son."
Okay, I guess I don't remember that part.
I think it's a pretty charming movie. He's got like funny friends too.
Yeah, Jennifer Garner's in it. It can't be so bad.
Yeah, JG. Yes, Day herself. Hey, speaking of in media res, every fucking episode of Alias started that way. So annoying.
Every single one of them. There wasn't one. that they were like,
Every
"Let's mix it up."
episode. Yeah. No,
That's
they
amazing.
never wanted to mix up. It was just like, we're going to start with some crazy action shit. Then it's going to say like 20 hours earlier and boom.
Is that how 24 starts? It like starts at the end of the day and then you go to the beginning of the day.
No, it's not a day, bro. It's in real time. So a season is 24 hours of a day.
Right, but it doesn't skip to like what the end of the day is, and
It
then
never
it goes way back to
skips.
the beginning.
It never skips. You're just seeing what's next.
All right, that's cool. Then.
It's a straight line, baby.
You know what? I think that's the coolest idea they ever had for a show.
24.
I think so. Maybe.
Yeah, it was almost like, I remember when that show was first announced, and it was almost like, this is too good to fail. Like, no matter what the show is, it'll be a hit.
Yeah, just that sounds so cool.
Yeah, it's a great idea. And they
I
got
should watch
Kiefer.
it probably.
Yeah, I never really watched it much either. I watched the first 2 seasons.
Did you watch when it came back?
No.
I feel like you would
No.
have done something like that.
Well, I didn't like that they weren't doing the 24-hour thing anymore.
Oh, like stop doing that?
Yeah,
Did they
when
changed the title?
No, it was when they came back. It was called 24 something, but it was only brought back for like 12 episodes, so they didn't do the thing.
Oh my god, I hate that.
Yeah, fucking lame.
Yeah. Did he come back?
Yeah. Well, they brought it back twice. One time they replaced him with a black guy. It was like the height of like woke, like we're colorblind casting, huzzah, and then it did all right, but like nobody cared, and then they brought it back again with Kiefer. But I kind of think nobody cared again.
I don't think so. either.
Yeah. All right. Anyway. That's it. Let's get into the movie, huh?
Okay.
So how does it start? Well, it starts on that in media res opening there.
Right.
I mean, I thought it was historically bad. Like
Really?
just the look of it. It was like, what am I watching? Like, what is this? If this isn't a dream sequence, I'm fucking asking for my money back.
But by the way, they're singing "Toxic," and I think it's terrible. I think
Yeah.
they do a terrible job.
And by the way, Toxic is an all-time banger.
Yeah,
Okay,
you're right. I
An
mean-
all-time banger of the highest order, and it's just like a nothing. It's a nothing burger.
Yeah, it is. It's really bad. And we have to hear it twice. We have to hear it at the beginning and at the end. It's bad.
It's true. It's true. It's not like they start singing it again. You're like, oh, sweet, it's that killer Toxic cover again. You're just
Right.
like, all right.
So something I hated in this
tell me.
is Gail and John. They suck in this movie. Like they were good in the
Who
first
were
one,
they?
I thought. They're the announcers, Elizabeth Banks and the other guy.
Mm.
Right. But I liked them in the first movie.
John
And
Michael
then-
Higgins, by the way.
Right. And then in the second movie, they're still okay, I think. In this
I think
movie,
half of
they
them are
suck.
okay. Here's what happens. First movie, both great. Second movie, he's great. Why isn't she funny anymore? Can't figure it out.
Right.
Third movie, neither of them great. What?
Yeah, neither of them are funny. But I do like that they're recording a documentary. That's funny.
That's a funny joke, but it never comes to anything. Like,
Well, it does, kind of.
I don't know. I feel like they should have maybe filmed more of it in a docu style.
It kind of comes around because at the end, he's supposed to be recording that performance, but he fucks it up.
But
And
that's just a throwaway joke.
no, but it's like a thing. Like all the man who thought women were incapable fucks it up. I think that's like the joke of it.
Oh,
like, the guy
God.
messes it up.
I didn't
now.
even read into that. I don't care that much.
I don't know, but I think that's what it is.
Yeah, you might be right. Seems Banksy.
Yeah, but that's all they do in this, really.
You know,
But that's a funny joke. Documentary.
yeah, the real Banksy would never stand for such a joke.
No, he wouldn't.
All right.
He would have been good in this.
No. Oh, he'd be great in anything. Yeah, I guess he'd have to wear a mask and use like a voice disguiser, but he'd still be funnier than whatever they got going on here. Maybe you could bring Mr. Brainwash along for laughs too.
You know who I liked in this movie?
You gotta watch that movie. Add that to your list.
What movie?
Exit Through the Gift Shop.
I saw that.
Oh, you did? Okay, never mind.
Who I liked. Do you know who Rico is from Hannah Montana?
Ooh, I know Rico Suave. I know Rico, that dude with the sideburns from WWE.
What? I don't know him.
Yeah, he was around for a second. Who do you got? Who's Rico from Hannah Montana?
This is the kid that when it opens, Becca's producing music for some like rapper. He's the rapper.
Pimp Low.
Sure. Yes.
I wrote it
Did you
down.
like him?
No.
Oh, I kind of liked him. He's Rico from Hannah Montana. He's like the little friend from Hannah Montana.
These like white rapper SoundCloud guys are so ripe for laughs, and like some movies have really made a meal out of them. Like James Franco doing his like Riff Raff impression in Spring Breakers is great.
Yeah.
But like, what the fuck is this?
I kind of liked him. He liked his own version more than Becca's, so she quit her job.
Yeah,
She's a
but
little baby.
you've heard it a million times, you know. I mean, she does. She quits like a little baby. The song he's producing is called "Bend Over." What do you think that's about?
I don't know. Maybe somebody dropped a pencil, has to pick it back up.
I think it's about fucking somebody from behind.
I like him. I think he's pretty. Whenever I was thinking about MVPs, I was like, Anna Kendrick, no.
No
Wilson,
way.
no.
Really? This occurred to you?
No, it didn't. But it got so far down the list that I did think about it.
Well, I'll tell you what. It was certainly welcome reprieve from the feminine energy in this film. Now, listen, I that was a weird thing to say, but I was only trying to segue to point out that all the dude characters from the first two are gone.
Yeah, you're right. Not John Michael Higgins.
But what is the deal? So the last movie was all about love story. Let's get Kendrick together with Skylar Astin, baby. These two deserve each other. They are college lovers. Then we've got Fat Amy and Bumper, played by Adam Devine, and they're a delightful love story. Like, to me, they're like Gale Weathers and Dewey. They're interlinked forever in the franchise. You know, you can't have one without the other, although I guess they're going to try in the next spoilers. Okay. But so, like, Skylar Astin, they say, Anna Kendrick says at one point, well, I guess he's 3,000 miles away with his girlfriend and his cat. And I'm like, well, what the fuck happened? You can't end one movie with a happy ending and then just like erase it in one line of the next movie. It's almost akin to like the comedy version of them like killing Newt at the beginning of Alien 3.
Yeah, but you're right. But would you rather see him in this movie? You want him in this movie?
I don't want Skylar Astin in this movie. No, I'll take that. But I definitely could have used Adam Devine in this movie a lot.
Yeah, but then the only thing going for this movie is that it's an hour and a half, right? if you start getting too like if we bump this up to an hour 40, then it's
this movie should be an hour 40. Hear me out. Like, this is one of the rare cases where I thought a movie was too short, because we do this weird closing credits sequence where we start like wrapping up subplots. And like, that's fine as far as movies go. Like when they're like really minor throwaway things, like in Adam Sandler movie, we'll do this sometimes. But they were like major subplots. Like basically, like the Anna Kendrick's love interest gets resolved in the closing credits.
And Chloe's, right? She kisses that guy.
Yeah, what is the deal with that?
Yeah, that is weird. But I'm just so over it at that point. Like they do nothing to make me care about anything going on.
But it's like
why do I want
wait
extra
for the
time?
movie to be over. Like, at least wrap up your movie before you start telling me who made it.
No, yeah, like after the last thing, after they escape the boat, they're just sitting around talking about their future, and then you're like, all right, end of the movie. Like that's
Yeah.
how it is. They can't wait to get.
Oh
out of
my
there.
god, that scene fucking sucked. When Brittany Snow's like, "I'm a vet now," and I'm like, "What?"
She is bad in this. I don't know if it's her or if it's just what she is asked
It's
to
both.
do.
It's both.
But the character Chloe sucks in this movie.
Yeah. Who's her love interest?
Matt Lanter.
Oh, right. So who's Kendricks? I don't remember.
He is like a music producer guy who works for DJ
Oh,
Khaled.
that's right. He's so boring. No wonder I forgot this fucking
But
guy.
they're not even like really into each other, right? He just like is into her talent. Like
yeah,
they
and
never
and
remote-
frankly, at the end of the movie, you can't get them together because they say explicitly that she's now his boss.
right. So I couldn't tell the whole
And
movie.
this was like the height of
romantically-
Me Too. I think the intention was probably to have them romantically involved, and they had to take it out.
Is it different if it's a woman boss? Do people think it's different?
I think it is probably right now, but it probably wasn't in 2017 at the height of the hysteria.
Yeah, this is actually right after because I think most of the stuff happened like October 2017.
Yeah.
I think that's like when everything.
Good point. This shit might have gotten a quick edit.
Yeah, possibly actually, because
Yeah,
I think that
might
was,
have
I
been
remember
20
coming
minutes
out
longer
of
in the original cut.
I remember walking out of Blade Runner 2049 and finding out that somebody was Me Too. Like that was like my intro to everything, and that was like October 2017.
I remember reading James Toback getting Me Too'd during an episode of the franchise.
What a time it was.
Yeah, crazy stuff. Yeah, Brittany Snow is a nurse at the beginning of the movie,
Right.
and she's
Well, she's like a vet, right?
is she?
Yeah, she shows her working with like a horse or something.
I don't remember that.
It's like a cutaway. It shows all of them like what they're doing, like a catch up with all these people. Cynthia crashed a plane or like a,
Yeah, it sucks. And they're all like wearing their Bella outfits because they're gonna have a reunion tonight at the Brooklyn Aquarium.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you. You ever been there?
I've been to the Brooklyn Aquarium many, many times. This is not the fucking Brooklyn Aquarium.
So I was gonna.
I'm
ask
pretty
you,
sure they shot this at the fucking San Diego Aquarium.
Do we know where Pitch Perfect even takes place? Because I don't remember any lines of dialogue saying where. I remember them saying if she joins a club, then the dad will take her to Los Angeles. So I know it's not California. I assume.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't actually know the
I guess
answer
New
to
York
that.
though. I guess if they're in Brooklyn, but this is the first,
What do you mean?
right?
Well, they're not in New York in Pitch Perfect.
Are they
Oh,
not? I
but
don't
they
know
go
where
to
they
the. Oh, right, they go to the Brooklyn Aquarium. Yeah.
That's because Emily invites them to like her Bella thing. So I
So
assume
where
they're
the
near
fuck are they? Like Long
Barden
Island?
University, right? Do you know where that is? Is that a real place?
What is it?
They're Barden University. They're the Barden Bellas, right?
I don't believe that's a real university. I'm gonna Google it right now, and I bet you the first thing that comes up is, hey, I'll tell you what, Barden University. It is a real university located in Atlanta.
This says set at the fictional Barden University of Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay. The real Barden University is in Atlanta. All right, so it's set in Pennsylvania. Yeah, you could drive up to Brooklyn from
Pretty
Pennsylvania.
anonymous. We would have never known that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what's going on in Pennsylvania?
I mean, why is it set? That's just pretty weird. We've never heard that. Usually in movies, you know where it's set.
Well, I guess they figured we want it on the East Coast, but we don't want to be too specific, so Pennsylvania.
All right, no, it's fine.
Yeah. All right. Fat Amy, meanwhile, she's begging for money on the streets for some reason, and
Well, she's trying to be Fat Amy Winehouse.
that's her gimmick is Fat Amy Winehouse. And I gotta say, Logan, it's not bad.
What, her look, the name, what?
I think the gimmick of a fat girl who can sing coming up with the gimmick Fat Amy Winehouse and going out on stage and being Fat Amy Winehouse, I think it's good. I think it works.
Yeah, but I mean, just from somebody being Fat Amy Winehouse isn't that funny. But somebody whose name is Fat Amy being Fat Amy Winehouse, is funny.
Exactly, yeah. But I mean, Fat and Winehouse is the correct pick because everybody remembers how skeletally skinny she was at the height of her addiction.
Yeah. Well,
So-
later,
so
at the
it's-
end,
it's
she's thinking
hilarious.
of Fat Amy Adams and other Fat Amy's.
Oh yeah, doesn't she say somebody else too?
I don't remember.
Yeah. Who are some of the others she can do?
I don't know. That's
Oh, she says Fat Amy Grant would kill around Christmas.
I don't know who that is.
She does the song. You ever hear this song? Baby, baby, boo, 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 boo. Woo, boo, 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 boo. That's Baby Baby by Amy Grant.
Yeah, it didn't ring any bells. Any sleigh bells?
That didn't ring bells?
Nope, didn't ring any.
Sleigh bells. Jesus Christ. Here it is. Come on, start singing, Amy. By the way, it's the 30th anniversary of the song, ladies and gentlemen.
Today?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Doesn't it sound just like my version?
What? You said 2 words and then did the beat.
Well, I was doing the vocal part, but just going boo, boo, boo.
No, it did not sound like this.
Come on!
Hers isn't good either, though.
It's a banger.
I don't like it.
You're crazy. All right, so Brooklyn Aquarium, they're shooting it in San Diego, I think. And they're talking about, it turns out it's not a reunion. The current Bellas, led by Haley Steinfeld, just wanted to put on a performance for their old friends, right?
Right.
All right.
And they're all bummed out.
Yeah, they're all bummed out because they came in their uniforms like idiots. And
it's like when you show up to like a challenge thinking you're about to merge on Survivor, you bring all the shit to the
it
to
is
the
like
challenge, and then they're like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah. All right, so they got to figure out what's a way we can perform together, right? So Anna Camp, she steps up. She's like, don't even worry about it. I've got a great idea. Everybody knows that my father killed Osama bin Laden.
That's kind of funny.
I'm
actually.
like, what? I don't think it is funny.
I like that.
Because they're trying to get the plot together. But I just don't think it's a strong enough plot mechanism that all of a sudden Anna Camp's dad was like really big in the military.
Well, we did find out like in previous movies, like he was tough on her and he was like a real tough dad. And I think we knew he was in the military. But like over the course of these movies, it did over exaggerate like how tough he was. I think it's funny. Now it builds to he killed bin Laden.
All right. So she says, my dad, he's involved currently in a USO tour that is being hosted by DJ Khaled. All right? DJ Khaled!
Yeah.
All right? And everybody knows DJ Khaled, right? One of our greatest artists.
Why are you saying it like that?
What do you mean?
Say it again.
DJ Khaled, one of our greatest artists.
I think it's DJ Khaled, right?
DJ Khaled! Is that how it goes?
You said, why are you saying lead? I think it's
Another one.
It's not Khalid. That's a different guy.
no, it's DJ Khaled.
No, it's not.
Listen.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Remember the song? Wow, wow,
Yeah, of
dogs. That's the good one. Anyway, this guy fucking sucks. I hate DJ Khaled.
Khaled, yeah, he does suck. He's
fucking
never licked
sucks.
a vagina in his life.
Oh
DJ
my
Khaled.
god! Do you remember that? There's 3 things
No, I
about
just brought
him.
it up randomly.
Shut up. I hate you. There's 3 things about DJ Khaled that I hate above all else. Okay? Number 1, he doesn't eat pussy. I'll never understand. Number 2,
Another one.
what is that?
You said number 2. You're giving another example.
Oh,
That's why I
good
said
job.
his catchphrase,
job.
another one.
Great job.
Thank you.
Okay. Have you ever seen that internet talk show with the guy eating wings with a guest?
Yeah, hot ones.
Yes, thank you. Hot Ones. It's usually a rapper. And the only Hot Ones I've ever seen where the person pussies out is DJ Khaled.
Wow.
And he's such a little bitch about it to the point that he makes the host switch plates of wings because he thinks
Holy
the host
shit.
is like fucking with him by giving him hotter wings.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. And at the end of it, he tries to, I respect my body, my instrument too much. You know, it's ridiculous. All right. I hate that. Then finally,
He respects his body too much.
what a fucking loser. And then finally, DJ Khaled posted this fucking video on the internet that he bought one of Bob Marley's original guitars. Okay. and he's really excited about it. He presents it to the fans, and then he goes to play it, and it's clear that he's never played a guitar in his life. And I'm just gonna play that short clip for you right here.
Is this the guitar?
Yeah,
This is him playing.
this is him playing Bob Marley's guitar.
Is this live? Is he in front of people?
He's like, someone's filming him.
How embarrassing.
He's sitting in his house in front of a roaring fire in that video. I
Oh my
fucking hate
God.
this loser. All right.
I don't like his kid either. He had a kid at one point, and he was like,
Oh
"My
yeah,
kid
he was
is-"
always around.
Yeah, and he thinks his kid is like the next great prince of the world or something.
Yeah, he thinks he's got like some kind of a Jesus baby or something.
Yeah, what a weird guy.
Insane. All right. So they go to this USO tour, and first things first, they meet some
Well,
hunks.
One thing I did like the one
Yeah.
thing I did like, kind of, is the hot one can't go because she's now pregnant.
Oh yeah, the hot one. Listen to you. They're all hot.
Well, she's like the sexy one, the slutty one.
The slutty one, yeah. She can't go because she's like 8 months pregnant or something, and then she does like a little cameo later in the movie where she just like pipes in on like a Zoom.
Right. Well, that I did it like she named the baby Bella, and I was like,
Oh,
stupid,
that's
you know?
right.
Yeah.
right.
So the one thing I did like, they ruined kind of.
Fat Amy was like, "You should name the baby Fat Amy or Fat Patricia." And
Yeah, that's
she's-
funny actually.
Yeah, and she said she named it Bella. Fucking lame. You know, everybody's just gonna think she named it after the fucking Twilight.
You think so?
I would. If I met like a baby named Bella from like post 2008, I would assume it's a Twilight baby.
Did she name it Bella or like Isabella or
She just said
Arabella.
Bella. Why'd
Yeah.
you say Arabella?
it's a
What was
name
that
that
name on
could
the
be
tip of your
shortened to
tongue?
Bella?
Whose
What?
name whose name is that you know?
Arabella? It's just
Yeah.
a name.
I'm sorry, the only Arabella I've ever heard of is a porn star, and I assume that's where you know the name too.
Oh, no. Isn't that
Oh.
a song, Arabella?
What song?
That's a song from who sings that song? Arabella.
That's a real song?
Arctic Monkeys, yeah.
Oh, listen to you.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
But it is
Well-
a porn star.
Yeah, she's great. All right, next up. She's a Jewish porn star, I believe. Great.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
They do Jewish songs in this movie, by
Well,
the way.
I was about to get there. Yeah. So the riff off takes place in a big
Jewish artists. I guess there aren't Jewish songs, are there?
Hava Nagila Hava Nagila Hava. Hey, dreidel, dreidel, dreidel. I made you out of clay, and when you're dry and ready,
Sandler
with
sings
dreidel,
that
I will
Hanukkah
play.
song.
Yeah, that's a Jewish song, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, that was great. When I was a kid, I was thankful for that fucking Hanukkah song.
Yeah, it's a very funny
Yeah.
song. He had a girl named Veronica because it rhymes
Yeah.
with Hanukkah. Very
Hall
funny.
of Famer Rod Carew. All right.
What a legend, Adam Sandler.
Totally. All right, so they're in the middle of this fucking hangar, right? Which probably at some point housed like military aircraft, and all of the teams. They're not all. They're the only a cappella team. It's just like bands and artists that are supporting the USO under DJ Khaled. So there's like a rapper, and he's got like a hype man with social anxiety disorder. So fucking lame. And he's gonna be the love interest for Esther. And then there's like a girl group led by Ruby Rose, and they immediately form this weird. I mean, I guess Ruby Rose is being kind of a dick, but they take it so to heart. It messes them up so much that this Ruby Rose girl doesn't like them immediately. And they challenge them to a riff off. And because the Ruby Rose girl is like an actual musician who like knows how to play an instrument, they're like, what the fuck is that? What are you talking about?
Yeah, they're so pissed they're using instruments. You're right.
Which is like, you know, first of all, they shouldn't be putting music instruments in this movie because like the movie's about a cappella. But second
No,
of
it's
all,
not. This isn't.
this one isn't really. But
This is about an a cappella group who knows
But the franchise is supposed to be about a cappella.
right.
But they have musical instruments, and the second you have musical instruments, I'm just like, sorry, I'm no longer impressed by the Bellas. they're not as good. They're the least talented.
They're just doing a different thing.
No, they're the least talented people on this USO tour.
Is somebody who like makes an animation movie less talented than Scorsese or somebody?
No, that's not the same thing.
Well, it is kind of. You're saying acapella is not as good as somebody who can play a real instrument, but it's just different. It's just different singing.
Creating an animated film is not a fucking preternatural talent.
Neither is singing.
I think
we
it is.
disagree about that.
I think either you're a singer or you're not.
What then? Why go to singing classes if you can't teach yourself how to sing?
You hone it. Once you realize, like, I've got raw talent, then you go to the singing teacher and you're like, all right, now hone it.
But isn't that the same as like a sport? Like if you're good at basketball, you can practice to get better, but still you're just naturally gifted at playing basketball.
Yeah, but there's levels. You know, there's
not with singing though.
I think if you're good enough, you could be famous.
There's not a difference between like Halsey and Beyonce. Sorry to disrespect Halsey. I didn't mean to disrespect Halsey like that.
I don't know enough about Halsey, but I don't
No, she's
respect.
good.
I don't respect Beyonce.
What the hell? You don't respect Beyonce?
No, I don't think she's an artist.
What does that even mean?
It means something to me.
All right.
I don't know what it means, but it means something. All right, they do the remix to Ignition. I was surprised to hear that
Did
in
they really?
2017.
I didn't
Maybe
even notice that.
Come on, it's only a couple of years ago. We already knew how many rapes R. Kelly was committing at that point.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah.
They also did Shut Up and Dance. Like this is the Kissing Booth 3 flash mob.
Listen to you, yeah, great rep.
I love that one.
Yeah, they do artists you didn't know were Jewish. Now, did you know any of these artists were Jewish?
Who was it? There was Adam Levine, which we actually talked about being Jewish last week, I think. There was
Adam Levine was involved.
They sang a Maroon 5 song, right?
They did.
Right?
Well, they start with "Fly Away" by Lenny Kravitz,
Okay.
and I knew Lenny Kravitz was Jewish.
Yeah, I think I did too.
Yeah, he's like the coolest Jew there is.
Is that right?
He's up there.
Okay. Yeah, probably. All right, what else do they sing?
They did Debbie. They did a Blondie song, so I guess Debbie Harry's Jewish. That makes sense to me.
All right. They didn't do Maroon 5?
They did an Ariana Grande song.
Yeah, I knew that.
Is she Jewish?
Yeah, apparently.
I didn't fucking know that. Got to get in there.
Is Frankie Grande? Because they're
I mean,
half related. But they're half.
That's
Who
a good
knows?
point. Yeah. The mom's vagina has to be Jewish.
Right. So yeah, we don't know what side.
Yeah. All right. So I love when like the other bands all like convene on stage and they're having like a really good jam down, and then like the Bellas are just like impotently standing on the sidelines because they can't participate because they don't have any musical talent.
They just
And-
like walk away at one point. They're like,
Yeah.
"Fuck, we can't do it anymore."
I love the moment though. At one point, like Anna Kendrick is like, "Don't use instruments."
yeah.
Like,
She kind of sucks in
bro,
this movie.
you suck. Yo, she sucks in this movie. When she's like at that party doing like mixing. By the way, she's discovered a new gimmick. Did you notice that?
What, the mixing?
Yeah, she doesn't do mashups anymore because it's 2017 and everybody knows that's fucking stupid. And so, so she's now
She does like beat layering.
She's discovered looping stations.
Right. So that's what
Yeah.
she does. She layers beats on top of each
Yeah,
other.
yeah,
and
that's
loops
her
them.
new thing. It's like
It's even more lame.
it's
I
my
think.
it's my revolutionary new thing that Andrew Bird has been doing live since 2003.
Which is
and-
really not cool because at the end she does that, but she could really have all her friends on stage doing that for like.
I did well. Listen, but it's not like to me. The gimmick is the layering. Like the loop layering is at least interesting. So when you put her in front of a crowd and nobody fucking knows her name because DJ Khaled's like, "Here's my latest discovery, Becca Mitchell." When it's like, who the fuck is that? And she comes out and it's just like some like kind of attractive girl with a really thin voice, and you're like, why is she blowing him or something? Then she starts doing the looping station, and it's at least like, oh, okay, he's impressed with the looping shit. All right. But then after only fucking one verse, she brings up the other Bellas to sing with her, and it's like, now I'm just watching a reunion of somebody's college singing group.
But only she had a microphone. I was actually kind of confused by that. Like, how are all their voices carrying? Only Becca has a microphone.
Yeah, that's a good point. I actually thought about that too. it's not like they didn't know it was coming, so they're not like hooked up to the sound
Yeah, they're not mic'd
system.
up or anything.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
You know another song they sing during the
Tell
riff-off?
me.
Well, I asked you last week which artists will they repeat for a second time. They did 2 of them in this movie. Did you notice it all?
Well, I noticed one because you specifically asked me if I thought we were going to hear another Sia song in this franchise, and
Yes,
I
did not know that was coming. By the way, I did not remember this.
I believe you. I believe you. And I wasn't sure, but here it came. "Cheap Thrills" by Sia showed up in this movie, and Fat Amy even did like a little reggae rap. Which
I actually
was sort
think that
of
was the best
embarrassing.
performance in the movie. What'd you think?
Not the rap part.
But that performance, "Cheap Thrills," that was the best one in the movie.
Yeah, but I think it's just because I like that song.
Yeah, that's not the song I was thinking of though. But that you're right. Sia does perform a second one, but Bruno Mars sang another one, or not? He didn't sing it, but Grenade's in this movie. We thought maybe he would have a different one, but it's Grenade.
Terrible song.
I kind of agree. When I was like in middle school, I was like, damn, this song. I don't know if there'll ever be a better song than this, but there definitely was. But I used to love that song.
Yeah. I never did. I never got Bruno Mars. To me, he always just looked like a fucking twerp. There was like this period where I felt like pop music was getting so good on the female side, where like Katy Perry was
Pink.
Nah, I'm not a big Pink guy.
Oh, I like Pink. Come on,
KP and Ariana Grande and Sia and
Jessie J.
Sure, whoever, Ellie Goulding. There were a lot of good names.
Sure,
and then Selena Gomez and Demi Lovato were around too. And on the male side, like it was like Bruno Mars and The Weeknd. It was just like a bunch of like dudes like trying to be sexy and falsetto. And I was like, this sucks. This is like a terrible time for musicians with penises.
No, I absolutely agree with you.
Yeah. Have we turned it around in more recent years?
On Bruno?
Like, I mean, just like dudes. Are there any good dudes right now making music?
I mean, I did kind of like Justin Bieber for a little while, but I feel like he hasn't done
of course.
No.
We all went through a Bieber period. I mean, I liked 1D for a while too.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, Harry Styles by himself was good for around this time, I think.
Not around this time, I think. Or around 2017, maybe. Yeah, maybe that was when that record came out that everyone liked.
Yeah, but he was good. I'm not so into music these days to know what's popular.
Well, it's a good thing I got you on the show to be my youth correspondent.
Shawn Mendes, wasn't he around like 2017?
Oh, that's a good point. And
Charlie Puth. Oh, there was a few guys.
Oh, and who's that fucking loser that was in Game of Thrones?
What?
The fucking ginger asshole. Just Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran. You don't like Ed Sheeran?
Yeah. I hate that fucking guy. I'm in love with the shape of you. I push you like a night magic.
He has a few okay ones, I think.
No okay ones.
Trying to think of any. I can't though.
So Kendrick, she's like flirting with DJ Khaled's executive Theo, and Theo like gives her like a mixing board to fuck around with at this party. And it's like right after they fucked up their audition, and they're like, let's go to DJ Khaled's party and impress the shit out of him. So they go. Immediately, Fat Amy splits off from the rest of the group, runs into John Lithgow, who's like, I'm an Australian in this movie, mate, and I'm your father. And
yeah, very funny.
And he apparently used to be a very bad man, but he's trying to make it up to Fat Amy. But then it turns out, no, he's not actually. He just needs $180 million that she has in a Swiss bank account or some bullshit.
Yeah.
Or Caymans. They're trying to go to the Caymans, right?
I'm sure if he was just like nice to her, he could get $20 million off of her.
Yeah, honestly. Like, if he just like forms a relationship with her for like a couple months and then like slowly weaves in the financial issues, you could probably bilk her for a few million.
Yeah, absolutely. 180 million, I'd give somebody a few million.
Yeah, come on. Fat Amy's desperate for attention and love. She just recently got dumped by Bumper. I would start calling him Dumper. Isn't that a good job?
Didn't she say he has a tattoo of her on his ass, right?
Oh yeah, you think he got that removed, or maybe like turned into like maybe Jabba the Hutt or something?
Oh, were you comparing Fat Amy to Jabba the Hutt?
I was trying to come up with a fat fictional character. That was the best I could do.
Oh.
All right, so What happens next?
I thought it was weird. Chloe says at one point, like they're getting rooms, and Chloe's like, "We don't have to sleep on top of each other, not sexually, except that one time." And then later, she and Becca, I think Becca and Chloe got it on at one point. I think that's what she's talking about. What do you think?
I didn't think about it because I'm not a fucking pervert.
You have to think about it. It's a line in the movie where she says sexually nothing happened except that one time.
I
think
don't
we're
know.
supposed
I
to
probably
think about
heard
it.
that line and I was just immediately like, fucking dumb. There's so many throwaway lines in this movie. They try to do that thing where there's like the two extras that acknowledge that they're not acknowledged ever.
Did they die, by the way?
What, in the boat explosion?
Well, Fat
Are they-
Amy's on the phone with the dad, with John Lithgow, and she's like, "You don't kill them, except for the two that Jessica, whatever the other's name is." And he's like, "All right, which one of you are Jessica and Ashley?" And I don't think we see him again.
I don't remember that. God damn.
They might die. Very
Yeah,
sad.
who knows?
Yeah.
All right, so Becca is like doing the looping station and someone knocks over the bees. Right?
Very funny.
Is that a good scene? A lot of CGI in this movie.
Yeah, it's hilarious. And there's a big fire.
Oh yeah. It looks great, this fire.
Yeah, whatever. Then they get kicked out, right?
Yeah, probably, but not of the USO. They never get kicked off the USO.
But out of
tour.
Khaled's house or
Yeah,
whatever.
but out of Khaled. But Khaled's still like so fucking down with them. He's like willing to meet up with Becca because he thinks she's got a unique sound. You know?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. So could we just go to the end?
Yes.
All right. So it's the final performance. DJ Khaled comes out on stage.
Oh, wait, I have something to say.
Please.
You're watching this movie and you're thinking, this sucks, right?
Yeah.
And then when you think things can't get any worse, they get in a car and they sing Cake by the Ocean for like 45 seconds. And
What's
it is
that?
rough. You don't know Cake by the Ocean by Joe Jonas's band?
No, what is that?
I think he had a band called like DNCE or something like that. And they
Oh,
had a
yeah,
song,
I do
Cake by the
remember that.
Ocean. And it's like,
I want to hear the chorus. Oh, I got news for you. I kind of like that song.
oh, damn. Dude, no. Oh, it's one of my
And
least
I
favorite.
got other news for you. I had no idea Joe Jonas was involved in the making of that song.
I think he's the lead singer, yeah.
Yeah, he is. He's all over. I was just watching the music video.
Yeah, I love Joe Jonas. We got to do Camp Rock one day.
He's great, isn't he? Joe Jonas, I think, has proven himself to be the best of the Joe Bros.
Really? You don't like Nick? His acting?
Yeah, Nick. I would like Nick, but I don't like how fucking swole he's gotten over the years. It's weird.
Did they not all get kind of swole? No, I guess you're right.
Nah, Joe. He just Nick. Like I feel like Nick got a role on this show about like MMA or something and built himself up. It's very strange. And then Kevin's always just like been an ugly guy.
And he like got married and had a kid or something. He
And
was always
I saw him, and he was on Celebrity Apprentice one season.
yeah, and he's like the untalented one. He would like fake playing the bass or whatever. Not he's probably talented.
Well, he's probably more talented than the fourth one, of course, the bonus Jonas.
Yeah, Frankie, right?
Oh, I don't remember the name. I don't think I ever knew the name.
Yeah, I think it's Frankie.
Yeah, I remember there was a bonus Jonas, and for a while there was also like a famous. It was like their bodyguard. He was like a big black dude, and he was famous for being the Jonas Brothers bodyguard. He would bring them out on stage and shit.
Yeah, I don't know his name.
Oh my god, what is it? I'm looking
We
it
have,
up right now.
Is this important? We have to know his name. The bodyguard for the Jonas Brothers.
First,
Was he on
of
their
all,
TV show?
I think he was.
Yeah, I probably know him from the TV show.
Big Rob is his name.
Really?
Yeah,
Big Rob, like Rob and Big. They just put them together for this guy.
yeah,
Big Rob.
yeah. It's like a mashup.
Yeah. Did you ever watch that? The Fantasy
Yeah,
Factory.
I did. I absolutely did.
Oh, classics.
All right. What do you want to talk about?
Jeez. Well, you're getting to the ending. I interrupted you to talk about Cake by the Ocean.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. DJ Khaled comes out and tries to hype up the crowd, and it's one of the most insane crowd hype up lines I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
If you can explain what this means, I would love you to help out. All right. Here's DJ Khaled. He comes out. When I say fan, you say love. Fan.
Love.
Fan.
Love.
Fan? Love?
Yeah. I
What?
don't really understand that either.
What does that mean?
He has love for his fans, I think.
Or his fans have love for him?
No, I think he's showing his gratitude to them so that they continue following him and giving him millions of dollars.
I don't get, but it doesn't make sense. Whatever.
It doesn't make
All right.
sense.
So yeah, Becca does her version of George Michael's Freedom 90. That's her big debut as a solo artist.
Yeah, whatever.
And that's it, and then we get the closing credits where everything wraps up. I like the thing with Anna Camp's dad. That's about it.
Yeah, I have a question though. If Fat Amy got $180 million, why is she not spending a little bit of money making the Bellas famous?
Yeah, she seems to want to focus on her fat enterprise.
Right. But she has $180 million.
Yeah, she could do a lot with that.
You can do whatever you want for the rest of your life. Why are you not making you and your friends' singing group famous so you can hang out and sing all over the place, all over the world?
I mean, you don't want to be like Anne Hathaway in We Crashed, right? She's like booking stages so that she can act in plays herself.
Well, instead,
It's a
she's
little
like
desperate.
She's like hearing Aubrey be like, I'm going to be a birthing coach. And Cynthia's like, I'm going to go to the Air Force. And Fat Amy's like, I have 180 mil, so I'm going to go be Fat Amy Winehouse instead of like creating this group with all her buddies.
It's
Seems
true.
crazy to me.
It's actually a fair point. Like Brittany Snow is about to embark on a career as a veterinarian. She's somebody who
Right.
loved being in that singing group so much that she like deferred graduating from college to stay in it. And Fat Amy with $180 million is just like, good luck being a vet.
Right. This isn't like 500,000 where you kind of have to be smart to like spread this out for the rest of your life.
No,
this is
you're
180
good.
million.
And it's Fat Amy. Let's be honest. She's not got a long lifespan.
Oh, come on. But you could like just give 20 million, put 20 million into this group and you'll be famous.
It's honestly a fair point. Yeah. You could just like pump $1 million into like making a music video for your first hit single, Freedom 90.
Right. Exactly.
And really make a killing.
Just rent out Madison Square Garden for one night. People will show up.
Yeah, honestly. It's not
There
a
will
bad
be
idea.
tourists there being like, what's playing at Madison Square Garden? Let's go. And then you're going to get fans. You'll be fine.
Yeah. That shit's going to go viral, son.
Yeah. Anyway, what do you give this movie?
A 1.
Me too.
Yeah.
I
All
thought
right.
about 2 maybe because it's short, but it's so
Fuck
so bad.
that. No way. This is
Yep.
shit.
Who's your MVP?
Oh, who's yours?
Oh boy, this was very hard. Like LVP was very hard too. I thought for a long time. I went through like everybody, thought long and hard about it. I ended up on John Lithgow,
As your MVP.
my MVP. I think.
I
his voice-
love the choice. I'm going to go with that.
Who were you thinking about?
I was between him and I was looking at like some of the people I've given it to in the past, like Anna Camp, but like or Matt Lanter too. But no, I like that.
Yeah, I like when he sings like "Everybody needs a little time away." Right? He sings that song to her.
Yeah,
That's
it's
funny. He does it
great-
like in his
great
little voice.
Yeah.
LVP. What do you got?
DJ Khaled.
Yeah, that's a good choice. I went with Ruby Rose though.
Yeah, that's a good choice too, dude.
It's rough. And I thought about Chloe just because I think everything she says is so unfunny and stupid. But I can't do it.
Yeah, you can't do that to your girl Snow.
Yeah, I can't do it. So Ruby Rose and DJ Khaled, maybe some of the worst LVPs we've ever had.
Yeah, honestly. Really
That's
up
rough.
there. I mean, this movie's so bad if Ruby Rose wasn't my LVP.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That is very true.
How about that fucking shot like during like Kendrick's performance at the end of Ruby Rose in the crowd and she gives like a little smirk like, I guess you're good after all.
Yeah, she respects her. I wonder if that was Ruby Rose singing. Maybe I should give her a little more props.
I have no
Who
idea.
cares? She just sucked anyway.
Yeah. Fuck you. All right.